Hello, folks. Welcome to episode number 22 of New Citizens, the podcast, with your friend, the one and only, me, Juan Carlos Morales. How are you, familia, friends, and people who I don't know who might be watching this sometime in the near future or many, many years down the road? We are living in some of the craziest times, well, for sure the craziest times in my lifetime. And a lot of things have been happening. We already know because all of us are on social media, all of us are watching the news, all of us are listening to the people that speak about this all day long, cable news and blah, 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 blah. But here's what I see. What I see is very simple. I see a country that is completely divided. It might as well be divided. It should be two nations when you think about it. 48% of people, half of the country wants to live one way and half of the country wants to live another way. The United States of America is very close to its breaking point, right? We have crisis on top of a crisis on top of a crisis. So we have a public health crisis, world pandemic. We are the epicenter of coronavirus in the world. The United States, New York City, for example. Other states and other cities have growing cases of infection and a lot of things. We have a financial crisis because we shut down the economy, because the world shut down, the world closed its borders, the world said, this is too dangerous, our public health systems will collapse. And so we have to close up and we have to control this. No one knows what the hell they're doing because it's never happened before in our lifetime. So, public health crisis due to the world pandemic because of coronavirus, COVID-19. Financial crisis because we shut down the world and that has deeply affected the world economy. We're talking about the United States economy. Unemployment higher than the Great Depression. Unemployment, people losing jobs, companies going under. And now, on top of all that, we have a social justice or a social crisis where people of color, or I'm going to call them black and brown people, are getting the stick and getting killed and assassinated time after time after time after time by the police. And Americans are fed up. This guy killed George Floyd in broad daylight in front of cameras. He didn't give a flying fuck. He just did it. And now he's charged with murder, and his friends who didn't do anything. So now we have these crises, and we are at the breaking point. The breaking point. I mean, what else could happen? I mean, what's the next thing? It would be like a natural disaster, and then things are just gonna go crazy. It's just insane. It's insane to me. But a lot of people talk about the problem. What could be some of the solutions for this? I mean, I've been thinking about it. Like, all right, what could be some of the solutions? For example, for policing. Like, we've been doing policing like this for a long time. I'm sure things have changed. I'm sure they've gotten some training. I'm sure most police officers are actually trying to do their job as best as they can. But what if there's another way other than police? What if the police is the last step in a situation where the community takes charge of its own safety, right? What if we use our technology, and if you want to be part of the community, you have to you have to do something for the community, right? What if it was a mandate that you'd have to have an app, and that for when there were some issues, some confrontation, some crime or something like that, what if you got a text message and it says, "Are you near this place?" And if you are, can you take a picture? What if we work together as in community to solve our safety problems, right? What if cops only come when there's a violent crime and we don't want to get shot, we don't want to get stabbed, so then cops come in? But what if for everything else, we could deal with it as a community through the use of a specific app that would summon the people around this, and people will come in and say, hey, we would take control of the situation. And only call the cops if it gets violent. Because nobody wants to get stabbed by a crazy knife person, or nobody wants to get shot by a crazy gun person, right? I don't know. Police as a last resort. And everything that's non-violent handled by the community. Taken to a precinct and good, everything done through the community, because we have to, if we're protesting, if we're so angry, right, if we're so outraged, then it doesn't end there. That's just the beginning. That's just the first step. Go protest, create the momentum, but are you willing to take responsibility as a community of your own safety, of your own order? Are you willing to take it up as a community to make sure that the laws of the United States or of the city or of the borough you're in are respected? And are you willing to put in some work? Are you willing to give up something, like say some privacy, so that you could be part of the decentralized system that fights crime, nonviolent crime? These are questions that I'm asking myself. What are the solutions? If not the traditional policing, what else can be out there? I'm a believer that there's more than one way to do anything. There's more than one right way to do anything. And maybe we should never get police officers involved in non-violent crimes. The guy gave you a $20 counterfeit bill. Then you take it up with the community to come together, take the guy, talk to him. This has to be some procedure. I don't know. I'm just thinking, what other alternative is there for dealing with crime, dealing with people that commit crimes that are not violent, so we don't get the police involved? Because they have guns and they have weapons and they're trained like the military. And obviously they're not very good at integrating with the community. They're not very good at that. At least in New York, they're not good at it. Some of them are, but the majority, they're just doing this job, and they're not sensitive to the needs of community because they're exposed to so many things on a daily basis. It just really doesn't help them. I don't know. But what other alternatives are there? What other ideas are out there? I'm saying let the community, let technology and the community come together to take care of our safety. We give up some privacy, that's fine. We give up some privacy, that's fine. But at least we know that our kids, the members of our community who make mistakes and make bad decisions, are not going to get freaking killed, shot, or murdered, or badly hurt for something that's non-violent. For violent crimes, for violent situations, I would suggest you calling the guys who are trained to deal with the violence, right? Hopefully they're trained to not escalate, but de-escalate violence. Anyways, that was my idea on talking about solutions or something like that, because I keep talking about the problem, but what about a solution, right? App, text you. Are you around? There's an issue at Main Street and Queens Boulevard. Who's there? Boom. You get, I'm here. Take picture, take video to show us what's going on so we could take some steps, right? Immediate. Everybody's part of the community. Everybody can chip in somehow. All right. Bottom line is this. This situation that we live in right now, protests, riots, closed economy, pandemic, public health crisis, this is not sustainable. There's no way this is going to keep going. There's just no way this is going to happen. So change has to happen. The question is, in which direction will the change go? Will it be the type of change that will make us a stronger, healthier, happier, closer community, a more productive country, a more fair country, a more fair society? Or is it in the other direction, right? So for sure, we know change is going to come because this situation is not sustainable. So if it's not sustainable, something has to give. But if we stop them, if we start letting the momentum die out, then the other people will make the changes that they see fit, and the story will repeat itself, right? Perpetuate the problem. But if we want solutions, we got to be willing to do more than just protest, more than just tweet. We got to be doing much more than that. Give up some privacy, let technology in, and take the safety of your community as a priority, as a personal responsibility. Take ownership of your community. This is yours. This is your country. This is my neighborhood. You know, and I don't want no freaking criminal coming over here and ripping off my people. And if someone's doing the wrong thing, we want them to not do that anymore. So we got to take that shit into our own hands. Take ownership, you know, ownership of your community. Give up some privacy, let technology in, and let's fix that problem somehow. It sounds easy, sounds nice, but I know it's very complicated. And who the hell am I, right? Capitalism proves it works for billionaires. How the hell is it possible that while all this shit is going on, the fucking billionaires are making more billions? No matter what. Bad economy, billions. Pandemic, billions. Economic crisis, don't worry. The government will give you billions. No problem. Capitalism is interesting. It's done incredible things, but at the same time, it's just like, whoa. Let's rethink this, right? Let's rethink this. Who are we working for? Who is the economy for? Is it for the people or for the billionaires? Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, those are the notes I have. I'm about to be done with this episode. Guys, about me, my life, here we are, living day by day, trying to get better and better and better. I'm on a roll. I have momentum in what I'm doing. I'm starting a new project because I'm a diehard project kind of guy, entrepreneur, always thinking of something to do, always innovating in some way. And I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to jinx it yet, because I'm just getting started. But it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be something new in the region, and I'm going to need help and partnerships and connections. And so I'll be putting it out there when the time is right. Remember, everything's about timing. I already have a CEO for the business. She knows who she is. And she needs to put in that work because I'm there putting in the work also. And we're going to make it happen. And I'm very excited about it. I think it's going to be awesome. And I know that business and entrepreneurship is hard. And most likely 98% of projects don't work. But I like my odds. Because you know who's behind it? Yes, I'm behind it. And I never quit. I never give up. I keep going. Thank you for listening to this podcast. Hopefully you have gotten something out of this, whether it's a laugh, whether it's angry. No, I'm just kidding. Whether it's a laugh, whether it's an idea, whether it's the fact that you see me, we haven't seen each other in a long time. I'm still out here doing what we got to do. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay happy, and I will talk to you later. Ciao, ciao.